You will hear part of a lecture on creativity.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today as we dive into the world of creativity, a topic that's exciting, accessible, and relevant to all of us. To begin with, I would like to explain what creativity is. When we talk about creativity, we often mention famous names like Mozart, Picasso, and Einstein, suggesting it's a specific skill to the highly talented. However, this perspective is quite narrow. In fact, creativity is not limited to individuals with extraordinary abilities. Rather, it is a capacity that can be expressed by those with intelligence at different levels. Creativity is simply the ability for approaching tasks or problems in fresh ways, using imagination to generate new ideas. According to Ruth Richards, Dennis Kinney, and colleagues at Harvard Medical School, expressing originality on a day-to-day basis is what creativity means. It covers everything from routine chores to personal hobbies and work. Whether it's creating unique recipes, trying out bold hair colors, or putting together a memory scrapbook for a friend, these everyday activities display our creativity. Now let's take a closer look at one engaging question. Is creativity something we're born with, or is it a skill that we can develop through practice? According to a study on twins conducted by psychology professor Barbara Kerr, approximately 22% of the disparity in creativity is due to the influence of genes. While this implies a genetic component to creativity, it's not the whole picture. In a study on 1,605-year-old kids conducted in the 1960s by George Land, a creative performance researcher, 98% of these kids scored within a range identified as highly creative. However, in follow-up tests at ages 10 and 15, these percentages dropped to 30 and 12 respectively, and a mere 2% at 25 years old. This implies that external factors may diminish our innate creative thinking, but with a targeted approach, we can train and enhance this ability. Now that we know creativity is a skill that can be improved, let's talk about what factors hold back our creativity potential. One critical factor is our mindset, which is highlighted in the book Mindset of the renowned Stanford psychologist Carol Dweck. According to Dweck, individuals adopt either a fixed or a growth mindset, influencing various aspects of their lives. People with a fixed mindset consider abilities as fixed traits, leading to the reluctance to expose themselves to new experiences or challenges that cause unfamiliarity or discomfort. In contrast, those with a growth mindset believe in improving abilities through effort and practice, fostering a more adaptable and creative approach to challenges. Embarrassment is another factor hindering creativity, as stated by James Clear, the author of the best-selling book, Atomic Habits. In a recent article on his website, from his own experience, he points out that most people avoid the embarrassment or shame that is often required to learn a new skill. Sharing this perspective, a featured article in the famous American business magazine, Fast Company, presents findings from 2 experiments by Lee Thompson, a professor of management and organizations. In her research on the impact of embarrassment on creativity, participants who willingly talked about their embarrassing stories produced a greater variety of novel ideas in subsequent creativity tasks. This is because opening up about these experiences highlights our shared humanity in facing awkward moments, ultimately improving our task accomplishment. Building on this discovery, Thompson suggests that we should create a supportive environment where vulnerability is acknowledged. This will diminish the fear of embarrassment, paving the way for enhanced creative performance. In the last section, I would like to share some practical strategies recommended by James Clear to cultivate creativity. Firstly, consider the power of writing. As an advocate for creative thinking, Clear emphasizes the importance of consistent input. By sticking to a regular schedule for creating content, he finds that producing more work creates a larger opportunity for creative ideas to arise. This underscores the idea that creativity often emerges from the process of exploration and experimentation. Secondly, we should broaden our knowledge base. Clear shares one of his successful creative strategies is to write about seemingly unrelated topics and ideas. For instance, by forcing himself to use the ideas of 1980s basketball strategies, ancient word processing software, and Zen Buddhism to describe everyday human behaviors, he could enhance his creativity. The act of stretching the mind across different domains creates a rich environment for creative ideas to flourish. Lastly, prioritize better sleep. Clear highlights a study from the University of Pennsylvania revealing the profound impact of sleep on our well-being. Getting only 6 hours of sleep each night for 2 weeks results in a sleep debt, causing a decline in our mental and physical performance, equivalent to staying awake for 48 hours. So, as we explore some key aspects of creativity, remember that it's not just about the act of creation, but also about the habits and conditions that nurture it.